everybody, we would like to welcome you to this solemn vigil dedicated to the memory of George Floyd and all victims of police violence. Let's focus on the reason each one of us has gathered here today to remember George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, and so many others from 1619 and earlier who have been murdered by the police. While our goal here is simply to have a peaceful vigil, we also recognize the collective grief and trauma which has led to rioting in many cities, and in solidarity with them we say, Black Lives Matter. Now is the time to show up for your community. We know that Lowell needs racial justice just as much as Minnesota. We must recognize that many of us here are white, and therefore ought to use our privilege not merely to engage in performative outrage, but to actively fight white supremacy in our world. But right now, our goal this evening is to provide mutual aid to our friends in Minnesota, and we ask that you please donate online by means of the website listed on the flyer. All these proceeds will directly support our friends in Minnesota. This evening, as we reflect on the purpose of this gathering, let us be attentive to the speakers and reflect upon how we can all collectively work for racial justice in our city of Lowell. Now I'd like to welcome our first speaker. We have tonight with us a Lowell resident, Sue Kim. Please welcome Sue Kim.
I want to thank you all for coming out tonight to share in our collective grief and rage that this keeps happening over and over. We're all here to say that Black Lives Matter. We all want to dismantle white supremacy, patriarchy, homophobia, oppression of any kind. But today we're here to say Black Lives Matter. So I just wanted to read the names. I see some people have the list right here. All the black people killed by police since Eric Garner in 2015. This list was compiled by The Guardian and NPR and the Mass Police Violence Project. Some say their names: Eric Garner, John Foster III, Michael Brown, Zell Ford, Dante Parker, Michelle Crusoe, LaForm McDonald, Tanisha Anderson, Akai Gurley, Tamir Rice, Romaine Brisson, Jeremy Reed, George Mann, Matthew Ejibade, Frank Smart, Natasha McKenna, Tony Robinson, Anthony Hill, Maya Hall, Philip White, Eric Harris, Walter Scott, William Chapman II, Alexia Christian, Brendan Glenn, Victor Manuel LaRosa, Jonathan Sanders, Freddie Blue, Joseph Mann, Salvador Elsewood, Sandra Bland, Albert Joseph Davis, Darius Stewart, Billy Ray Davis, Samuel DeBose, Michael Sabby, Brian Keith Day, Christian Taylor, Troy Robinson, Hassan Sparrow Manley, Felix Cooley, Keith Harrison IV, Junior Prosper, Lamonte Jones, Patterson Brown, Dominic Hutchinson, Anthony Ashburn, Alonzo Smith, Tyree Crawford, India Hager, Levante Biggs, Michael Lee Marshall, Jamar Clark, Richard Perkins, Nathaniel Randy Nelson, Anthony Scott, Wendell Celestine, David Joseph, Colleen Roquefort, Dejan Perkins, Christopher Davis, Marco Loud, Peter Gaines, Tori Robinson, Darius Robinson, Kevin Hicks, Mary Tassilo, DeMarcus Seymour, Willie Tillman, Terrell Thomas, Sylvia Smith, Alton Sterling, Philando Castillo, Terrence Crutcher, Paul O'Neill, Alteria Woods, Jordan Edwards, Arian Bailey, Ronell Foster, Stephen Clark, Antoine Rose II, Botham John, Pamela Turner, Dominique Clayton, Tatiana Jefferson, Christopher Whitfield, Christopher McCorby, Eric Reason, Michael Lorenzo Dean, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. Black Americans are killed at twice the rate by police at twice the rate of white Americans. This is a systemic problem that has to change now. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to welcome to the stage our dear friend Vladimir, who is also a Lowell resident. Vladimir?
I don't have a lot to say, but I will add that it's your responsibility to stop the killing of black bodies, of people like me that look like me, my nephews, 7 nephews that I have. It's your responsibility to not just show up, but to organize and mobilize and vote. Because the people that are making these decisions and allowing this system to go on are not doing it in silence. And we are all in charge of making that change. Seriously, like I know you've heard this before, but we cannot allow another black body to die because it could be my nephew, my niece, my brother, or my cousin, or me that can't breathe tomorrow. So, white people, yes, I'm calling you, but white people, it's your job. It's your job to put this burden on you. We've been carrying this burden for too long. And the weight should go on you. You have the privilege and the authority and access to the racist uncle or the racist Joe at your dinner table to call them out. Because the racist white supremacy is not on my table. He's at your table. In your barbecue. So call that shit out. And I know that's really good law enforcement. I have friends in law enforcement. I'm not gonna talk shit about it, but it's a system. And we're not talking about the individual. It's about the system. And until we fucking attach the oppression of the system, we're not gonna change anything. So I call upon you, your friends, your family, to do something. To do something and be part of the uprising. Because kneeling didn't work. And you know what? If kneeling didn't work, Black Matter movement didn't work, then maybe an uprising of rage will work. I'm not calling on that, but I'm calling on whatever's gonna work to be the change. And I have one more thing. I don't know, and I know the organization, I'm gonna call out on my friend because he's been a victim of this shit right in our city. Vesna, I didn't see you, I was looking for you. Vesna Noon, I know you were out there and I saw you earlier, but I just don't know where you are. I want you to come up and say a few words because you were a victim of this, right in our city, right here in Lowell. So I want you to speak from your experience and tell us what you experienced in our city.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm a City of Lowell City Councilor. I'm not supposed to speak tonight, but I'll be more than happy to add my perspective to this. When I hear the killing of George Floyd, I've heard of many killings before. I'm sick and disgusted to see this type of brutality
the abuse of power continues. Red is right. It's up to all of us working together, staying together, making sure that this does not happen again. In Minnesota, in Florida, in California, and here, Red is correct. These 4 officers, and many before, that killing black lives, they tarnish the hard work of 99.9% of officers that work tirelessly to build the trust with the community. Here in the city of Lowell, there's 99.9% of officers work extremely hard to build that trust in the community. But we need to call out those 0.1%. Too often, too many times, it needs to stop. It has to start with all of us here, and all of us elected officials, and the resident of Lowell, and every city and county of the United States of America. Thank you.
Now, at this time, we would really like to open up the floor to anyone who would like to speak, but let's be very aware. We really need to center black and brown voices here.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for showing your numbers. There is power in solidarity. There is weakness in silence. We will no longer be silent about the microaggressions we face. We will no longer be silent about the blatant racism that we face in this country. To be silent, to be neutral, is to be complicit. To be on the wrong side of history.
Yes.
Today and for the rest of our days, we are making history in the United States of America. African Americans as well as other minorities in this country are treated as second-class citizens. We are not second-class citizens. We deserve the right to walk down the street in whatever attire we want. We deserve to occupy any space that we want. We do not take up space. We are human beings.
Yes.
Everywhere. Yes. We need to break the separation of races. We need to break down the system. It has been too long that black people have been pushed into certain neighborhoods. Too long that black people are not getting loans for the houses that they want. It's too long that black people and other minorities are being pushed down. We as a people need to stop. We as a people need to stop. And I'm telling you, stop. Stop letting people walk over you. Stop letting that person say those racist things to you because you want to fit in. Stop letting people be biased to you or prejudiced to you and you not speaking up for fear of being fired, for fear of being disciplined. People have gotten way too comfortable disrespecting us in this country. We built this country.
That's right! We built this country!
There is no going back to your country. This is our country. We fight to be here. We have a right to be here. A list was called out of all the names of people murdered by the police since 2015. Imagine since the start of this country, we would be here for hours. It is not right now that we recognize that black people are not treated equally. It has been a fact of the matter since the beginning of this country, since the beginning of the world. We need to fight for our freedom. There's no peaceful protesting. There's no peace in anything. Change does not come from asking kindly. It comes, you take it. Take action! You fight for it. Thank you. everybody for coming out today to support this cause. I am so happy to see that there's Latinos here, there's whites here, there's Mexicans here, there's people from all different ethnic backgrounds, and that means a lot to me. I just want to remind everybody, this is something that we always forget, that if it wasn't for the contributions of African Americans, a lot of us wouldn't have the civil rights that we have today. That is the fact. All ethnic groups would have the opportunity that we have today. They were chased by dogs. They were lynched, but they kept going. We've been through so much, through slavery, through segregation, through it all. We fought and we're sick of fighting. We need rights. We need to be seen as equal. We need it to be seen as equal today. Moving forward, we will not be judged by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. Equality. We want to be equal. We want to be seen as our fellow white friends. So in support of this whole movement, I just stand here and I say, let's continue to fight. Let's continue to fight this and not give up so that the change we want to see could be real. So that one day my black son could go out and not fear that he will be murdered by a white cop. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here today. When my friend asked me to come speak here, I'm like, oh my God, I've never done anything like this in my life. But this is the time to no longer be silent. We need to be heard. That's why I'm here today. We cannot let ourselves be numbed by the senseless war that's being waged against black people in this country. Enough is enough. We have to disrupt the racist narratives driving the policies and practices that result in senseless loss of life and community disruption. We have to remember that the challenge we face is not just about what we do to address racism in our institutions, it's also about what we do to address racism in ourselves, in our families, in our communities every single day. Combating racism in rooting how we teach and raise children in our lives, how we held each other accountable along the way, and how we collectively value human rights and fight for social justice. What I'm asking for all of you to do is really question your own implicit biases. Why do you cringe when you see a black person? Why do you react such a way? What kind of discussions are you having in your dinner table or with your friends in your college dorms? We all have to stand up and fight for the justice because it won't come easy. Like Martin Luther King said, in the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Thank you so much for being here.
West Africa. And I just want to say that a lot of Africans usually think that this is a fight only for African Americans. But like my sister said earlier, this is a fight for all of us, all Africans. We need to come together as one people in unity and fight for this cause because enough is enough. You know, if your parents look down on African Americans, educate them. I always educate my mom, especially. Sometimes she thinks a certain way of African Americans, and I tell her, no, Mom. If it wasn't for African Americans, we wouldn't even be here in this country. So if your parents are immigrants and they look down on African Americans, they wonder why sometimes African Americans are loud. African Americans are always fighting. It's because of how this country treats them. They've had enough. They're always fighting. They've been fighting ever since they left the African soil. And it's enough. Enough is enough. We're tired of fighting. So let's end racism. Let's end police brutality.
here to represent the Vietnamese and Asian communities who are standing here today, and I just want to say that we can make a difference with this cause too. Even though this is primarily Black Lives Matter, this is for all of us, like everyone has said, and we all can contribute to this cause. And I'm from the Free Verse Lowell poetry team, and I'm here to perform a poem about this entire event. This is a poem called A Pledge in Chains. Like a songbird with clipped wings and a closed-off beak, their side of the story is still not heard. Their side of the story is often clouded with other words, like how media says their culture is violent, how they don't deserve reparations, how biased statistics show this, this, and that. But the real reality is the fact that nor them or I can express the level of anguish they face under the umbrella of being black in America. 300 years of injustice speak for itself. All doves, crows, and parakeets are birds. They were meant to all fly with freedom. Nowadays, though, if we see a dove kill a crow, it's a tragedy. But when we see a white kill a black, it's justified. It's such a shame that black voices are still chained down and devoured when they speak up. It's such a shame that they're still being devoured by a country that enslaved generations just to enslave even more. It's such a shame that they're still being devoured by the American eagle and still forced to speak its language. They learned the English alphabet at 4 and the black edition at 5. A is for America first despite the injustice. B is for bias towards them despite those sentiments. C is for compromising rights for Caucasian privilege, and P for proper treatment is still not found. The alphabet forms the Eagle Song, the song that continuously prolongs the culture of mass incarcerations, of false promises of justice for all, justice for who when patriotism means war, when every star on our flag were built on citizens of color, yet are still colored white, justice for who when my right is placed on my heart. I pledge allegiance to the United States of dollar bills where linen line lies overtake civil rights. To a country that supports kneeling on necks over kneeling for justice. I pledge allegiance to the GOP playing Monopoly Minority Edition where they can't help but go in circles around the American dream. I pledge allegiance to a country that seems to turn African Americans into birds and clip their wings for monetary gain, crippling their flight for the sake of fame to pursue past practices, for the sake of precedents, making them work harder but not letting them go places, making them beg for shelter and met with inadequate spaces, all because of the color of skin on their faces, and sadly, to the Democratic Republic still struggling to not fall, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, now I'd like to welcome to the stage Andy Lopez, a Lowell educator.
I don't really like black because he put me in this position, but he understands why he put me here. I just want to give you some perspective, right? I'm Hispanic. I grew up poor, 3 brothers migrating from Puerto Rico. Like, my mom's darker skin, like some of the black folks, right? My daughter's dark, right? She's dark complexion, so I face, whether indirectly, I still face the same pain that y'all face. You know, people calling my daughter blackface, like I get it, in this community, right? And so when I stand here, and I'm a teacher and I'm an educator, the only thing I thought when I saw the video is, yes, I saw another black man on the floor, which is normalized to me, right? Because that's what we grew up in. For, like, with all due respect, white people, you don't see that, right? You don't see that every day. When I was in, we're in the projects and people fight and people get beat up and it's just another day. People get shot, it's just another day. You wake up and you keep going, right? You see drugs, so it is what it is, right? It's normalized. And what drove me as the further I educated myself, I thought to myself, I said, wow, like the further up I got, the more I realized that that's not supposed to be the norm, right? People killing other people is not supposed to be the norm. And so my question, and I saw the speeches, and I can't believe how many people are here in a matter of days. So if you want the change to occur, you have to be that change. We can easily be the victim and say, oh, it's their fault. But what are we doing after this that matters, right? What are you doing after we take out of this rally, we're pumped, and we go home? Because in that same video, there was an Asian guy that I noticed looked at the white cop and didn't do anything. It's so it's how many people could have done something. If you really want change, it's got to come from you. You got to be willing to die for change. You have to be willing to be your own sacrifice for the change you want to happen. You're right. We can talk. I can talk. We can be here. But if you don't make a change after this, it means shit. Right? It means shit. And I'm sorry. It's the truth. We can talk all we want, but I promise I will do my best to be more, right? And I urge you to be the best, to be more. When you leave here, be more. Influence the people, the kids, everyone you see. Yo, we're black, we're minorities. We need to be better. We have to be better because change is not going to occur in being normal, okay? You got to push yourself a little bit more. And it's hard to digest. And I'm telling you, I felt it when I saw him say, I can't breathe. Because it hurt. Because I'm like, that could have been my daughter. And it's not me, but it could have been my daughter. And I think anyone in that video, instead of recording, why didn't you drop the phone and help? Right? It's easy. It's easy to put it on your Facebook and Instagram, but it's not easy to go and help. Right? Because he didn't have to wait 8 minutes. That's 8 minutes. Somebody could have done something. But you didn't. You stayed silent. And that's what we need to change.
I am white. I am white, so I can't say much about the black people. I can't say much, but you know what I can do? I can help beat it into the white people's brains that white privilege exists. If you can't beat that white privilege to speak up for minorities, then what are you doing with your life? If you say that there is no problem, you are the problem. Yes. White people, if you do speak up for minorities, don't scream so loud that you are not heard. We will not stop the riots until liberty and justice for all becomes a reality. Justice for George Floyd, justice for Tony McDade, a black trans man, misgendered and murdered by police. Justice for Michael Brown, Walter Scott, and countless other black men, women, and children. Yes. Imagine looking at someone, seeing this scene, a 12-year-old kid playing with a toy gun, as 12-year-old kids do. If a white person did that, absolutely nothing would happen. Yet instead, he was shot and killed by police. If it takes protesting during a global pandemic for those names that I just said to be heard, then we will never stop. We are the ones turning this peaceful protest. We have a right to do. Into a riot by shooting canisters of tear gas
the Christian clergy in Lowell. I want to start by acknowledging the ways that the church, the Christian church, has failed at racial justice. Since the founding of this nation, the church has profited on the sale of black bodies. We have upheld racial injustice and oppression because it makes us comfortable. It is a sin. And I call on people of faith to repent. And I want you to know that I repent. I also want to say that it is not true to who we are as Christians. And while I know you come from many different traditions, I want you to know that the holy text of Christians and Jews does not support the oppression of people of color or any people.
Fight with the people. Thank you. That's it.
Not only that, our holy text gives us words to cry out when we are in pain and when we are oppressed, and it speaks of the justice of God. So I'd like to share with you some words from the 10th Psalm from the Christian and Jewish scriptures. The psalmist says, "Why, O Lord, do you stand far off? Why, God, do you hide yourself in times of trouble? In arrogance, the wicked persecute the poor. Let them be caught in the schemes that they have devised. For the wicked, they boast of the desires of their heart. Those greedy for gain, they curse and they renounce the Lord. In their pride of their countenance, the wicked say, God will not seek it out. They think all their thoughts are, there is no God. Their mouths are filled with cursing and deceit and oppression. Under their tongues are mischief and iniquity. They sit in ambush in the villages. In hiding places, they murder the innocent. Their eyes stealthily watch for the helpless. They lurk in secret like a lion in its covert. They lurk so that they may seize the poor. They seize the poor and drag them off. Rise up, O Lord. O God, lift up your hand. Do not forget the oppressed. Why do the wicked renounce God and say in their hearts, you will not call us to account? But you do see, O God. Indeed, you see trouble and grief, and that you might take it into your hands. The helpless commit themselves to you. You have been the helper of the orphan. Break the arm of the wicked and the evildoers. Seek out their wickedness until you find none.
We thank you all for coming tonight. We have one final speaker, or actually two, I should say. We would like to welcome to the stage our friends Brock and Abdias from Mass Action Against Police Brutality.
Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. 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 Watch my back, I'm under attack. You got my back, I got your back. Watch my back, I'm under attack. You got my back, I got your back. 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 I got your back. All right. Thank you all very much for organizing this. Thank you for coming out. I want to salute Ashley, Elizabeth, and all the other people who came together to put this together. They weren't an organization, just individuals who cared. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Even more beautiful than it was an organization, because We don't have to be in an organization to care. You know what I'm saying? So I salute you. Thank y'all for doing this. And thank you for standing up for justice, for equality, and for awareness, because we don't have justice and we don't have equality. It starts with awareness. That's the case. As you can tell, my voice is a little raspy. How many people were in Boston? What was it? How many people were in Boston yesterday after March we did? Yeah, we with mass action against police brutality, we're the ones who called that march. I'm gonna say a few words, but I'm gonna pass it to my man Obvious, who's one of the people you saw helping to marshal the march, and he's gonna say a few words, and I'll try to muster up a few to send y'all out. All right? Thanks.
Yeah, so my name is Obvious. I'm from Mass Action Against Police Brutality. And basically, I've seen the videos of countless black men being murdered by police. I've actually had close friends who were murdered by police. A man by the name of JFK Plaza, back when I was in 2015, he was murdered by white supremacists in a jail cell. This is stuff that you never hear about. But especially when you win a case against the police, they have something out for you because you win a case for the people. So it's a continuing, ongoing thing that's going on for a long time. It's just now what black people have been seeing for years. Now everyone's seeing it on camera. So I recommend that all the white people here just listen to your black friends when they talk about their oppression, because they know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? We're experts at it. Yes. And another thing is, it's really funny how they talk about all these looting and all these riots, but when it comes to teams winning games, they don't talk about their riots, right? Mm-hmm. They don't talk about the riots that happened before the Civil Rights Movement that actually made the Civil Rights Movement a thing. They don't talk about that stuff. Martin Luther King said, "Riot is the language of the oppressed." And don't get me wrong, I'm not someone who wouldn't be able to start a riot, but I understand where they're coming from, because these are pent-up voices that have been in frustration for over 500 years, and now it's been, you know, it's finally, you know, getting out. What we're here for today, we're not here for police. We're here for the people. So it's imperative that you listen to brothers and sisters when it comes to their oppression, and basically it's imperative that we who are in this movement become more organized. Because the thing is, we are not outnumbered. You see that. We're not outnumbered. We're out organized. That other pent-up anger, you'll be able to use it, trust me, and redirect it into the movement. If you have pent-up anger that you were going to use during the protest that we're going through, right, I recommend that you redirect that energy into the movement, because at the same time, I understand where you're coming from, you know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to lose any lives because of, you know, someone making a rash decision, you know? So I do recommend that we stay organized. If you know someone in the struggle or met someone in the struggle, please get their contact information, you know what I'm saying, so you can connect with them in the future. Because when we're together, we're stronger together. When we're apart, we are weaker together. So I recommend that we all stay together instead of just going home and just, you know, chopping up the day. If you came to protest today or yesterday, please keep coming to other events, because the organizers keep organized, but it's you guys that you're the one that makes the protest. You're the one coming here. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, the organizers deserve credit too, but the people are the ones who make the movement. You know what I'm saying? And we are the servants of the people. So in order to serve people, we
all starts with the people first. That's all I gotta say. So, I've tried to. So, I just want to explain mass action. We believe that in order to end the pandemic, it's not going to help. I need time. I need sleep. But, hey, even though my voice was hoarse, I knew I had to come out here to continue with the enthusiasm, because the vision that I see is I see tens of millions in the streets. I see America dividing the house with a foot vote. And we're going to see who stands for humanity, equality, and really the future. And who's going to leave the sordid, despicable, degraded past of Uncle Sam's skeletons behind. It's going to happen one day. And hopefully, if we work hard enough, we're going to live to see it. We're going to live to see it. But, because I can't speak very well, I just want to leave you with just a couple thoughts. Well, we also want to center the families. This issue has been in the news, all over the headlines, but it went out of the headlines for a while. And we all remember really the main other headline people were concerned about, and that was presidential elections, current administration, and now COVID-19. But here to tell you, there has been a pandemic of police brutality and racism. And that's a war that we need to fight. So, when you see a grotesque way that this officer Chauvin took the life of Brother Floyd, with COVID-19, they were able to shut down everything. They shut down the borders, planes weren't flying, shut down the stores, couldn't go to the bank. But America could not shut down racism and police brutality for 1 second. Because it turns out that for Uncle Sam, this is essential work. And the essential work is to keep you and I divided. But it's through these struggles that we're going to build trust, break down these divisions, and understand that really we are one people. And none of us want this world that we're living in right now. So it's going to be obvious when we organize tens and hundreds of millions that we're going to be this way, but for whatever pressures, whatever misinformation, whatever fear they may have or ignorance, they remain captive in this sick world. We are probably going to call some other actions, and that's something we hope to see at our next mass action protest. There are actions going on over the weekend. I just want you to know that's unaffiliated with mass action against police brutality, the group that organized the mass march yesterday. But we hope if you do decide to protest that you remain safe, look out for each other, and remember, it's not about us. It's about the victims. It's about the families, and that's where we center the
families, you know. We have George Floyd and Minneapolis, but we have our own cases here in Massachusetts. So some of you came, you heard from family Terrence Coleman, family Osama Rahim. On Tuesday will be the 5-year anniversary of the death of Osama Rahim from the hands of Boston police and the FBI. At the time, it was actually national news. Some of you might have seen it on CNN. They said there was a conspiracy to behead a police officer. They found little fingerprints on the knife.
Yeah, it should be right now on the page.
Was going to use. He had no history of violence. So the only people who were violent on that day and previous was the government. Some of the evidence has been redacted because, of course, of terrorist case. He was killed, and his cousin has been in prison the whole time since. The family's been fighting. One of the charges that he was faced was conspiracy to conspire with foreign power. In this case, it was supposed to be ISIS, right? Well, they won their first appeal, and this conspiracy theory is unraveled. So this family needs your support, but we're not going to organize a protest on the 2nd. We are going to gather, though, with art. We want to bring some art about this struggle. We want you to come and stand with the Rahim family. He was killed at a CBS parking lot in Roslindale. You got to check our page, Facebook page, Mass Action Against Police Brutality. I believe there's a sheet in the back with many different organizations, some in Minnesota, but we're also on that sheet. So you can find our Facebook page to see our next events. But we organize classes, we organize protests, and we just organize in general, door-to-door campaigns. We want to knock on every door in America. We want to get everyone outside their house to stand in these streets for justice. And this is where it begins, places like this. So thank you very much for what you do. Please keep it going, keep building it. There's no reason there should have been a law for 2 years. And we just need to see this through to the end. But it's going to take millions, not a handful of superheroes to make this happen. We need tens of millions, and let's do it.
I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight. A special thank you to all our speakers, the medics, the marshals, and all who helped. I just want to say this may be your first vigil, or it may be your 50th. But that doesn't matter because liberation does not start somewhere else. Liberation has to start right here with us right now. Please get involved with all of the local organizations that you can. We need a 10 million movement. Thank you, everyone. Please be safe and have a good night. Thank you.